Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to my sewing room. I'm Stephanie, and this is Friday Sews. So I'm really happy to be here with you to just chat a little bit of sewing, a little bit of life, whatever just pops up. I wish I could hear you too. And I do hear you in the comments, so please leave a comment. A little bit of sewing, a little bit of life. Let's do sewing first. I want to talk about something I've made, which I'm wearing right here. But first, I want to tell you that I took my serger, my Viking Amber Air, in for maintenance. And I've had it for, it'll be 2 years in July, so it needed it. I'm sure I use it a lot. And so they're just going to clean it and oil it and all that stuff. And they said a 3-week wait. So I took it right before I went on my week trip. We went to Santa Cruz, and I'm going to point like I know where this is going to go, but you know, those little things that slide across the top, I'll put my trip so you can see it. And I thought, I'm going to be gone. Why not have the machine gone while I'm gone? So 1 week down, 2 weeks to go. He said it was a 3 weeks wait, so, hair. So should have 2 more weeks. But I'm not missing it as much as I thought I would because I had a serger before I bought the Amber Air and I broke it. And it was right when COVID was hitting and we couldn't go anywhere, and I just went in this shop and bought a machine and went home. Like, I didn't shop around. I bought whatever he sold me, and I absolutely love it. No regrets. But I did have a machine that wasn't actually broken. I thought it was broken because metal broke. Metal! But it was the cutter. And thanks to one of you for telling me that, because if I had waited for you to tell me that, I wouldn't have had to buy a new machine, but I do love my machine, so no harm, no foul. But I still had the machine, only I gave it to my son. And so I called him up and I said, can I borrow the serger back that I gave you? And he said yes. And he wanted to use it, but for some reason he was afraid of the serger. I used to be afraid of the serger. I totally get it. It just feels like such a serious little machine, right? And he had purchased a new cutter because I told him that's what was wrong with it. It just needed a new cutter. So he purchased that. He brought everything down and watched a little video on replacing the cutter. Super easy. Super easy. And I replaced it, put in my own thread because at the sewing store, the guy told me only use Maxi Lock. It's supposedly better thread, so I used the Maxi Lock, and I honestly think it is better, but you know, you can let me know if you think it really makes a difference. And because I was just buying like Walmart and Joann's thread, and I don't think it's as good. So I got the machine all going, and it works like a charm. It works like a charm. So if you want a serger and you don't want to spend the $1,000 I spent on not even the most expensive machine in the store. Like, there was way more expensive machines in the store. But this little serger over here is a Brother 1034D, and I believe I got it on Amazon for like a couple $100. And I will look for it and put a link in the description box if you want to try a serger without a big huge investment. That's the machine to get. The big difference is my Amber Air has air threading, so you just stick the little thread in a hole and push a button and it threads itself. So I wasn't looking forward to threading this machine. Man, you guys, it's so easy. It is literally so easy to thread this machine. You just have to have a pair of good sewing tweezers, and you know the directions are right inside the machine. It's like blue goes here, green goes here, done. It's so easy. I don't even mind changing threads. I remember thinking it was so hard, and now I don't think so. And I just feel like since I've been using that Amber Air and really learning it, you know, just watching more videos and learning how to use the serger, that now I just know more about serging. So jump in, get a serger, and watch videos and learn how to use it, and don't be afraid. It's an awesome, awesome machine, and I have made these 2 shirts with it, and I couldn't have with my sewing machine and been happy. I could have made them, but not and been happy, because I love those, you know, those serged edges on the inside that look like that. And you know, you can do something similar with the sewing machine, but let me just say that serging is so amazing. It really is. Okay, so now on to my project here. So I really was thinking, this kind of comes with a story. Is that okay? I'm working on a project for the new Frugal Frocks, which is now called, I forgot what it's called, Frugal Sews? FrugalSews22. I'm going to put the hashtag when I edit this video. But I've been thinking about free patterns because there's a bunch of us YouTube sewing vloggers that are going to talk about it, and there's so many this year that we don't have our own day. It's 2 a day, 2 vloggers a day talking about free patterns, and that is going to be amazing. There's going to be so many good ideas, and my day is coming up on the 9th, I think. So I'm trying to think about what free patterns I want to get, and I saw this free t-shirt and I wanted to make it because I'm looking through the t-shirts in my closet and I don't like the scoop neck. I don't like this. I like these v-neck. So I saw this v-neck on Melly Sews, and it's a blank slate pattern, her patterns, and it was free, and so I wanted to make it. And I love it because it's a v-neck, and I thought that would be good. So the first thing that happened is it's not really free unless you're a size large, and I thought I was an extra large. So I thought, you know what, I like it enough, I'm gonna buy the pattern. However, if you want the free pattern and you're not a large either, she has in her free pattern article, which I will link in the description box, has a place where she shows you how to size up and down a pattern. I didn't watch that, but apparently you can, and then you would still get it free, but you'd have to do your own size changing yourself. I thought I'd rather pay the money and buy the pattern. so I paid the money, I bought the pattern, and I got my own size. And I thought I was an XL based on my bust, which I always just kind of check the bust because that's usually for a shirt what's going to matter the most. And it's a little snug. It's okay and I'll wear it, but it just feels a little snug. So I was kind of thinking how much bigger would I want it, and so I recut it, you know, since I could print it on my printer, I recut it 2 sizes bigger. So it went from XL past 1X to 2X, and that's this one. And I just feel like this fits like a charm. It's still nice and figure flattering, but it isn't tight. You know, there's a lot of t-shirt patterns out there. So what it's going to come down to is where is that V, how long are your sleeves, and what shape is the shirt. And this t-shirt has a really nice curve right here. So this is going to be my go-to t-shirt from now on. This is actually the 3/4 length. She had a short and a long. I didn't even cut out the long because I know I don't like long sleeve shirts, but I cut out the 3/4, and I kind of like it right there because I have these brown age spots right here that I'm not like super fond of, but I'm not hiding either. You know, it's part of aging, but it's kind of nice that it goes right there. I might try the cap sleeve just to see what it looks like, but I made this one, I'm going to wear it, and I made this one, I'm going to wear it, and they were both scraps. So it doesn't take very much fabric, and I often buy my fabric without knowing what I'm going to make out of it, and so it could be, I'm thinking it's going to be a dress and it ends up being a top, and then I have like half that fabric left over. So I wanted to use up some of my leftovers, and some of my leftovers aren't big enough for this t-shirt, so I might look for maybe some ideas on, I'm going to look for some patterns. I think I have a couple of patterns that have some color blocking. Not really good at that, mixing patterns, but I'd like to try. I see them on Instagram. I love when people mix patterns, but I've got to work on that. I'm just like matchy. It's really hard for me to, will this go together? I don't know. Ugh. So the other thing I really want to work on is my V. This one, see, it's wonky. It is. This one's better, but I want to get it down, and I do believe I have it almost there. And I've watched a lot of videos, but what I want to do is use the serger. I used the serger on this, and I think I kind of know what I need to do, because I need that line to be right there to make it not wonky, and I want to be like start my serge right there and go down and end my, anyways, I'm working on it. And when I get it, I will share it with you. But I really want to do it serger only. And Melly Sews, who made this pattern, has a website, Melly Sews, I think it's .com. I'll put a link, and a YouTube channel. I will also put a link. And she makes this top for you, so you can watch her make it. And she tells you exactly how to do this V. And I did follow that. And so it wasn't with a serger, so I want to change mine up a little, but if you want to do it like she did, it's perfect. Perfect. Done. So I really think this is a nice t-shirt. Simple, easy. I could knock this out in no time. Now I'm just down to perfecting. And I want to do maybe some different sleeves. That might be fun. That might be fun. So stay tuned. So let's see. Looking at my list. Serger t-shirt. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Do you see some pink fabric back there behind me? It's just a little tease of a video that's coming up. See, I've been a busier bee than you know. I didn't just make 2 t-shirts. I also made a tester for my collab with Michelle Sews Again. So that's coming soon, and that's going to be my dress. I shouldn't have said dress. I already told you the fabric. You're going to have to come back to see what it is. But we're doing that in about a week. And if you want to go take a look at her channel, I will put a link to that. Means I've got the Frugal Sews, Michelle collab, Robin collab. So March is going to be busy. And I have other things I want to make out of that fabulous fabric I bought recently. So I am entering a sewing marathon. And then I got sidetracked making t-shirts, and I'm not done. I want a couple more. It's just nice to have some nice t-shirts to throw on. You know what I mean? Especially with, you know, weather might warm up. You never know. I've been telling hubby we have lots of winter still to go. We had that fake spring. We took our trip, came home, immediately had to cover up our trailer because it was going to rain and snow, and it did. Rained, snowed. So fake spring to full-on winter, the most freezing temperatures we've had yet this year. And we're kind of over that. I think it's moved past us, and now it's just cold. And we might have some more rain at the end of the week. We need lots of rain. So there's these poppies that bloom down by the river, and sometimes they bloom so much the whole hill turns orange, and there wasn't any because we just didn't have any rain at that time. And they're usually blooming in February. So they may still come up, but no, just it needs rain. So the times it's been the most is when it's lots of rain, and we just didn't have any. And if you can see out my window, you can't. The daffodils are up. So the freeze didn't stop them. It's just gonna be full on yellow. And as soon as they start falling down, my tulips will come up, and I planted more. So I'm looking forward to more gardening. And I'd like to become the person who doesn't kill everything I plant. I really do. I just kill everything. So I might try to grow some food. We'll see. More flowers, more food. And I don't know. It's an experiment. Okay, so moving on. That was a little bit of personal life. Before I stopped sewing, I wanted to talk about my pin cushions that were made out of sand. I have 2 things to say. One is I showed these pretty pins, and I just want you to know that they kind of bend a lot. So I still like these ones from Joann. These are cute, and I wanted them to be useful. So if you order them, I'll put a link in case you want them for decoration. But if you order them, know that they're kind of bendy. Maybe I should have tried to get shorter ones. Maybe I'll go look. Anywho, what I really wanted to say about this pin cushion, it's filled with sand, and I did make a video on it. I'm pointing again. It's gonna go somewhere. These make great sewing pattern weights. When you don't want to pin the pattern, maybe it's just like the t-shirt doesn't really need pinning. These make great weights. So they're double duty, a pin cushion and a sewing weight. I just had to say that. So, you know, ever since COVID, I've really enjoyed staying home. Before that, I used to be gone all the time. I had this, I had that, I helped hubby in his business, I had other things. I was a member of all kinds of clubs and stuff, and I just stopped everything. And now I don't want to go anywhere. Like, I literally prefer being home. Like, every time I go run errands or go out and do something, all I can think about is I'd rather just go home. And I don't know. I don't feel bad about it. I just really like being here. I'm going to decorate this room, and I really like the sewing. The new amount of sewing I've been doing this past couple of years has just been a joy. And I did a lot more decorating in my house. I just love being here. And I'm not a huge people person. I'm kind of an introvert, so I just like being alone. And so my friends invited me to go to lunch, and I'm like, I don't really want to go. But I think to myself, you're lucky to have friends who invite you to lunch. And if you never go, they'll stop inviting you eventually. And so I feel really blessed, and I thought I'm going to go. And every time I say yes, I have great fun because I have the best friends. So I said yes, and I pulled myself up. out of my hose and got out of the house and went. And so it turns out it wasn't just lunch. My one girlfriend, who's just really active, like she just is nonstop. She I gotta backtrack a little. She is big on our local fair. She loves the fair. She's been on the fair board. She takes her trailer out to the fairgrounds and stays the whole fair, and has like a girl party every year on the Friday of the fair. And she started years ago making decorated hats to go with the theme, and then she'll wear her hat to the fair. And she and her sister and another friend made hats, and then they started getting other friends in, and so the four of us sat last year and made hats, and she invited me to join in. And I just like, they really made these elaborate hats, and I was like making mine kind of sedate, and mine does look sedate even though I thought it was over the top. So while they were wearing hats at the fair last year, somebody from a club, a garden club, said, will you come to our club and talk about your hats? So she says, before we go to lunch, we're going to run over to this garden club and talk about our hats. And it was a whole presentation, you guys. So I was just I just sat there with the hats, and they talked about how they made them and blah, blah, blah. And they kept saying, what club are you with? And we're like, we're not a club, we're just friends. It was really funny. And I'm telling you this because I want to show you a picture of us in our hats. How cute is that? So we've already started talking about our hats for this year, and I have decided that I'm going all out. I'm not going to have the sedate hat. I'm going to have the craziest hat ever. You know, I didn't need to hold in. I need to let it go. Have that crazy hat. So I think we've just found out the theme, and so we're working on what we're going to get together. But I just wanted to show you that picture because it was super fun. And I think that's pretty much all I've got going on. Lots of sewing in my future, and just having a lot of fun with it. I'm just, you know, once I get to trying to perfect a pattern, I just really am itching to make another one. So I've got some fabric in the dryer right now to make my next t-shirt. I'm gonna like turn off the camera and make a t-shirt and get that V perfect. That's my plan. Thank you so much for stopping by. What are you up to? How's your week been since last Friday? I'd love to hear what you're working on. Are you working on anything? And are you going to do the Frugal Sews? Hey, that's open to everybody. I'm going to talk about it in my video, but start thinking about it, because if you just want to make something, you make something that's from a free pattern and your stashed fabric that you already own. You don't buy fabric for this. It could be anything. It could be a tablecloth, a bedspread, or fabric in your stash. And then you post it with the hashtag on Instagram and everyone can see it. So you don't need to have a YouTube channel to join this. We're just talking about it and kind of spreading the word. And ignore my dog snoring. He must be really comfy. He's so cute. I'll leave you with the Buster picture, and so you can see who's snoring. And I'll see you next time. Stay tuned, well, lots more coming, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.